new to are our Wednesday sessions, and this Wednesday we are having it on Thursday because I was not online yesterday. But these are our weekly practice sketchnote sessions in which we sketchnote together. The idea is we will impromptu decide a topic and then try to find content from it, and then we draw on our own. And as we progress weekly, I will try to make your job more difficult so that you are not just copying me, but we are all thinking together so that it's not just a copy session. Okay? Are you ready? And do you have your pens and paper ready? I have my nephew also with me. Come, 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 come. Arey, aa jao, 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 aa jao. Arey, aa jao. I have my nephew also who is visiting me in Netherlands, and he will also be drawing with me. Okay, but the topic will be a little short, and his name is Akshaj. His name is Akshaj. He has also attended my classroom sketchnote session last time when we did a live one, and I hope he will also be drawing something. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen from my iPad as we usually do, and I'll be drawing on my iPad, and you will be able to see my iPad screen. Okay. So the topic which we are choosing today is, I want today's sketch note to be on some mental models. If you don't know what mental model is, mental model means there are formulas for many things, right? So for example, 80-20 principle, it's a mental model. So similarly, today I thought maybe we can take up a topic on something as how to achieve big goals. Okay. Now, till now, the kind of topics which we have received in our WhatsApp group, we are trying to, make points on our own. So how do we achieve goals? But today we'll be asking ChatGPT to give us some mental models, and we will see if we can draw those mental models, make them easy or not. So something new for all of you, right? We have not done this kind of exercise before. So let's give it a try. What I'll be doing is I will be sharing my screen. One second. I'll be sharing my screen and we will be going on ChatGPT. I'm sharing my screen, folks.
Stop video.
Yeah, you are able to see my screen.
வெளியில ஆனா தூரிட்டு தானமா இருக்கு. ஃபேன் ஆஃப் பண்ண அப்படியே புக்னு இருக்குது.
Mute. You are able to see my screen? Yes. Now, what I'll be doing is I will be asking ChatGPT, give me some mental models on point wise on how to achieve mental pointers for achieving big goals. Okay. And let's see what we learned today. So now, can you already see my screen? See what ChatGPT is giving me, and I will be sharing it in your WhatsApp group. ChatGPT is giving me to achieve big goals. These could be your formulas. So this is something called first principle thinking, second order thinking, inversion, Pareto principle, SMART goals. These are all some mental models which usually we follow in our personal life or at work as well. So let's see, let it complete, and then I'll be sharing it with you. And let's see if we can make some head or tail of it or not. This will also, okay. This will also help us to understand these. Okay, there are 11 pointers. Let's see what it gives us more. One second, let it complete. We are doing it almost, and I'll try to take the new ones, which I already don't know, so that we learn together something new. So it has given me 15 ones, right? Now I am copying this and sharing it in the WhatsApp group. So give me 1 minute. I'm sharing it one by one in all the WhatsApp groups. So the topic for today's Sketchnote practice session is this men achieving big goals. And then I have pasted it all here. Oh, okay, okay. So I have pasted it in one group and let me now copy and paste it. It's a big message. So I've pasted it in group D. Now I'm pasting it in group B. And now in group A. I hope some people won't leave the group seeing that some big spammy message is there. Okay, all of you are able to see that message in the WhatsApp group?
Yes.
So before even starting to draw, as I always tell you that before drawing, you have to understand the things. So what I'll do is I will side by side open my, I'll be sharing my screen. Keep reading. Try to understand what are the pointers first. Where is my Zoom here? Here is my Zoom. Share content and I'm sharing my screen. Start broadcast. Yeah, you are able to see my screen, right? So now I'll be going on. Oh, where is my? I'll be going on which app? I'll be going on my notes. And here is it. Here it is. Okay, by the way, this is just an, I think some of you might have received this message today on the WhatsApp group. This is about my India tour, but let's talk about it later. So before that, now I'm also reading with you parallelly, and you tell me which are the nice pointers. So I'm also reading it with you. Um, you can open your mic and just brainstorm or discuss with me. So the first is first principle thinking. What is first principle thinking? Defining uh, defining definition. Break down problems to most basic elements and bring and build solutions from these foundational truths. Okay. Application. Innovate by questioning assumptions and understanding the underlying principles. Example, redesign a product by focusing on essential functions and materials to reduce cost and improve efficiency. Okay, now I throw this to you to metaphorize this mental model. How will you draw this mental model? First, principle thinking and understand it by reading the pointers below it. So understand the definition, understand application and example. And I want you to come up with a sketch note or a metaphor for that. And later on, we will draw the complete sketch note. But first of all, let's try to draw first principle thinking. Anyone wants to give it a try? And this will really test your sketchnoting skills because now you have to understand the concept and now break down into visuals. And that's the whole power of sketchnoting, that you simplify things for others. So first principle thinking, again I'm reading definition, break down to their most basic elements and build solutions from these foundational truths. Application, innovate by questioning assumptions and understanding the underlying principles. Okay. Redesign a product by focusing on essential functions and material to reduce cost and improve efficiency. So let me try to draw the first one. What I understand from this is that this is almost talking about breaking down a bigger problem into smaller chunks and then dealing with them one by one. Is that the crux of the matter? Yes or no? Innovate by questioning assumptions and understanding the underlying principles. Redesign a product by focusing on essential functions and materials to reduce cost and improve efficiency. So what I personally understand, and you can also give it a thought, and I would love to see your drawings. I think for point number one, let me change my ink. So the point number one was first principle thinking. I think we will be able to take 5 to 6 points. So first principle thinking. So I think this point is talking about when you have a bigger problem, and to solve a bigger problem, I am drawing it like this guy is trying to solve this bigger problem. And here I will write big problems. What should I draw now? Any idea or any suggestions? I think the big problems can be solved by breaking down. So what I'm trying to draw is to explain it in the form of breakdowns. So this big problem is being broken into smaller chunks. Yeah, and maybe I can also draw this guy. How did he achieve this? By actually putting one block one by one. What do you think, folks? Is this visual defining it? And I also want some text to it. So I will also break down the text. So break down the problem to the most basic element and build solutions from these foundational truths. Application: innovate by questioning assumption and understanding the underlying problem. Redesign the product by focusing on essential functions and materials to reduce cost. Yeah, that's an example. Okay, so I think I can write here in every example. I will write what I'll write. So this is too big. I will choose a thinner one. To give it a summary, I will write breakdown problem into smaller chunks. So basically, this becomes my big summary of the first pointer. Anyone else wants to participate in this and come up with another metaphor to summarize big principle thinking?
Yeah, I think one other metaphor you could probably use is draw a tree
A tree.
with the complicated curves and just
Mhm.
break it down to basic shapes, like how we are doing in Sketchnotes. Just a circle
Okay.
and a rectangle as
Try
a trunk.
drawing it, Sumitra.
So
Try drawing
going
it.
back to, okay,
No, try drawing it and show us. So
of course.
that's why I'm showing it to you, that you come up with your own metaphors as well. I'm giving it last,
Okay.
let's say 2 minutes, and let's see if we can all come up with our own metaphors. How we have understood first principle thinking. And I am getting an idea. Maybe I can also write here small. To accentuate this, I will be using red.
So you could actually try, on a ramp, you can try breaking it into steps so that you can climb up.
Yeah, that also is a good metaphor in which you are. I think this could also be what you are trying to say is sometimes which looks like this kind of a goal is actually made
Yeah.
of these kind of steps. I think this is what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Something like this. Yeah. So this could also be a
Yeah.
metaphor. Choose it. So this is my rough sheet right now. I'm not producing a sketch note right now because since these are definitions, I want to first be prepared with the metaphors. So that's my first one. Shall we go on the second one? And second one, I would want you to take a lead. I would want to see your drawings. So the second one is saying second order thinking. Let's understand what is this. Definition is consider the long-term and indirect consequences of your actions. Application: evaluate not just immediate impact but future implications of decisions. Okay. Example, implement a new policy by considering how it will affect employee morale and productivity over time. So basically, this is talking about how you achieve big goals by thinking of the long term and not just the short term. So consider long-term and indirect consequences of your actions. Evaluate not just the immediate impact, but future implications of your decisions. So I throw this point to all of you to draw. Now I want to learn from you. How will you draw this point? Think of the crux of this matter. That what is this point trying to explain and what kind of metaphor we can choose for this. I am also thinking. Consider long-term and indirect consequences of your actions. Okay. Evaluate not just impact, but the future implications of your decisions. Okay. Someone is drawing this point? Anyone? Anyone wants to take a lead on this? Sumitra. Okay. So I'm spotlighting Sumitra for point number 1. Break down to basic and simple tasks. Yeah. Okay. So basically you are focusing on simplicity. Now this is this is the beauty of Sketchnote, folks. Now I leave this to all of you to see if Sumitra's visuals are justifying this point or not. So Sumitra is focused on simplicity. In point number 1, her focus is on simplicity of the problem. I feel, Sumitra, the point number 1 was probably about breaking it. So I don't know if this point was talking about simplicity, but maybe it was talking about. So again, I'm not saying that I'm right here, but this is the whole beauty of visualization, that when you or your students draw this, you exactly understand how well they have understood the whole thing. To me, this point looked like this was about breaking down a bigger problem rather than simplifying it. So both are different things. Since you have drawn a tree and there is another tree and you have made a simple tree, I thought this problem was about breaking down the problem and not the simplifying part of it. So break down to the most basic element and build solutions from these foundational truths. But yeah, this is
My
completely.
assumption here was breaking down into the basic elements was the key that I took from here. When you say basic elements, if you see it is curved. So when you go back to the basics, this is just a circle. So
Okay.
for me, the point of takeaway was basic elements.
So
The
basically, you are
highlight.
trying
Go
to
back to the
say that
basics.
maybe the tree was made like this. So this is the basic element of the tree, and now you are beautifying it or adding more elements to it. Could be,
Yes.
could be.
Yes.
So I think your understanding is also correct. But as you can see that nothing is right or wrong here. It completely
Correct.
depends on how are you perceiving the whole thing. And yeah, this is that open-ended. Let's come to point number 2. Anyone who is leading point number 2, second order thinking. So second order thinking, basically the name itself suggests that you have to think of the second order. So instead of thinking of the quick gains, think of the second level thought process as well. Anyone who has come up with a metaphor?
I'll put it in the chat. Can we use something like a chess?
Like chess, okay. And what would you
To
like to
think
draw?
about the next move.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Try to draw that.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
Yeah. So what is coming in my mind is, and I'm completely open to being wrong here because this is more about understanding the things rather than drawing it. So maybe I'm not understanding it right, but you correct me if that's the case. So I am thinking of drawing something like this. So I'll be drawing small mountains here. Let it look like a mountain. So basically some mountains which have some goals.
I got an idea for the metaphor.
Yeah, go on, tell me.
Bite my biscuits.
Bite my biscuits, which means
That listen to me carefully. I
Draw
mean,
it, draw it. So show me by drawing. Show me by drawing. Sumitra has drawn something. Nice. So Sumitra, so explain. So these are dots, and now you are connecting the dots. Is it? Okay. Okay. So that you are muted, Sumitra.
Sorry. One is just the plan as to where each line go. In a column design, we first put the dots.
Okay.
That's the basic. So we start small, but we know what exactly is going to be the design, the long term, the complete
Okay.
version, and
Okay.
so we just draft it. It's like this is like
Okay.
the blueprint, and this is the
Yeah.
complete one.
Could be. Yeah, absolutely. So my kind of sketch notes are when I try to relate something to the real world things. So although probably the points and all are good, what I try to metaphorize it is what we see it in daily life. I am understanding this
Yeah.
point, something like this. So these are the smaller goals, but what this point is talking about is try to think of the bigger goal.
The bigger goal.
And in that sense, I will also dramatize this by drawing the big person here. He's taking a leap forward without caring about the smaller goals. I don't know if I have understood this point right or wrong, but at this moment, this is my understanding of this point. That leave the smaller goals. I mean, leave as in don't care too much about the smaller goals, but go for the bigger goal. This is my understanding of the point. Yes. So again, to match the visual bucketing, I will again try to summarize this point in a bracket. Think of which font I have used here. So this one, okay. So in my own simple, think of the instead of thinking of quick gains, think of bigger goal. And this point was called second order thinking, right? So this was second order thinking. And I had this feeling in my mind that I should have this drawing which should look like two things. And that's why the name is second order. So the first order thinking probably is this when you're thinking small. And that's why this is the second order because there is something second to it. So in my drawing, it should have some second visual of something called as second or something second should be visible to it. What do you think, folks? Is this understanding right or am I missing something? I could be. It could be possible that I have not understood this, but this is what it is right now. Any answers? Okay, Sumitra is again. Folks, you can open your cameras and draw as well, so I can spotlight you. Sumitra has drawn something. So instead of thinking of quick gains, think of bigger goals, and you have drawn. Let's understand what she has tried to draw. So I see there is a person who is driving the car, and this person has the key, right? This person who is standing, is it the key or what?
I think my drawing is not clear. He's holding a toy car, a small toy car.
Toy car, okay. Yeah.
And that is a real car. That's the big picture, and that's the small picture.
So that's a good one. Sumitra, maybe I didn't find it as a car. You can just add this thing to make it look like a car. So this guy is holding.
Yes.
So maybe you can draw the car like this. So the backside is missing. I think that's why it might not have looked like the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, good one. Anyone wants to show their understanding of the second point before we go to the third one? I would love. Kshitij, you were saying something.
Yes, sir. You told that we have to skip small goals and we have to directly go on big goals.
Yes.
But it is wrong because if we are failing on our first or second, means on small goals, then we will be very perfectly on our big goals.
Correct. So, so Kshitij, what is happening here is you are applying your own knowledge here and your own perception to it, which is correct. Right now, what we are doing is just assuming we are just drawing this point without questioning that this point is right or wrong. So I'm right now drawing second order thinking. That's it. Now, whether second order thinking is right or wrong, that's out of the scope of the session today. But right now, I'm trying to just draw this second order thinking. Yeah, Kshitij? Shiva, you have drawn something you want to show?
Yes, I have.
Nice. So consider the long-term and indirect consequences of your action. So what you have next move? Ah, this is good actually. So basically, yeah. So you have to think of the building which you are trying to build and not just that brick which you are
Yeah,
putting.
so
The
there's this
brick.
game, no, Jenga, where
Yeah,
the
Jenga.
pieces keep falling apart. So I took an inspiration from there. You have to always constantly think about your next step.
Nice.
Otherwise, the whole building can collapse. Like the whole thing that your structure can
If
collapse.
you actually are thinking of Jenga, then it will be a good idea to write Jenga there. Maybe,
Oh.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I
Okay,
think it's a
like
great example.
on the blocks.
No, just
You see?
on the top block probably Jenga. So basically, when you are picking out a block, I think it's a very good one. You are picking out the block. You have to think of the next round as well. That the building
Right.
will not fall for my
Oh,
in the
okay,
next
okay.
round, something like that.
Got it, got it, got
It's
it,
a
got it.
very good metaphor. Draw kara. Okay. Anyone else wants to show me the second pointer? But I like the Jenga metaphor. Very nice.
I'm making.
Okay, okay. Folks, I am again repeating that see, drawing is the smallest part. The first is you have to understand the point to its core, without which you won't be able to draw. Okay, for the matter of time, let's understand the third one. Third one is showing inversion. So understand. Chalo, we are talking about achieving big goals. Achieving big goals. और उसमें ChatGPT has shown that inversion is a formula. Inversion, देखो inversion क्या बोल रहा है? Solve problems by thinking about what you want to avoid and plan to prevent those outcomes. Again, so inversion, think inversion. मतलब solve problems by thinking about what you want to avoid and plan to prevent those outcomes. So that ways you will try to achieve the goal. Application is identify potential obstacles, devise strategy to mitigate them. Instead of planning how to achieve success, yeah, I think this example justifies it. Instead of planning how to achieve success, plan how to avoid failures. This is the nice brief of it. So how will you draw? Think again of the pointer to its core. Instead of planning how to achieve success, plan how to avoid failures. कैसे ड्रॉ होगा?
Drawing.
So actually, this is a nice point. Many a times we think that we have to build our strengths, but many people work like this. They don't build their strengths. They fill their weaknesses, and that also leads to success, which is good actually. And automatically you will reach the goal. Point समझ में आ गया?
बहुत अच्छे से.
So what is coming in your mind, folks, before I draw my understanding? Others should also participate, folks. We have, first of all, the participation comes from opening your camera. I don't see your drawings. Shiva, you have something to say?
Not drawn yet, but I was thinking if you could avoid slipping on the banana peel.
And yes, and then how will you justify
then-
that? So the point says, instead of achieving success, try to avoid failures. Both points are important here to draw. So you have to show avoiding failures, but you have to also show that instead of you have to show both pointers, avoiding success plus feeling failures. Both points are important here.
Okay, I need to think about the second, the success part, failure part I got.
ड्रॉ करो, तुम तो लिख रहे हो, इसको ड्रॉ करने की कोशिश करो। इसको ड्रॉ कैसे करोगे?
Draw. Draw.
हम्म,
Does this make sense, Piyush?
Okay, let's see. Sumitra has drawn something. Be prepared for the rain. Mhm. So this is about filling your failure. So you are prepared with the umbrella. Maybe Sumitra, you want to add a success pointer here as well. That, I mean, to justify the point here. So, oh yes, I am prepared for the rain by carrying an umbrella. But how will you justify or show the justification that uh, that you should not achieve? You should think of. I mean, what is the bigger success which you should not think of? So, there has to be that filler pointer as well. So in your point, in your metaphor, what could be the story? So what will happen? Rain, how to justify rain problem here? How to justify a rain problem here?
Because I thought inversion solved problems by thinking about what you want to avoid. I
Correct.
want to avoid getting wet. So I'm just
Correct.
holding the umbrella.
Correct. So that part is correct.
That's how it.
Can you also show, because if you read again the last line, it says instead of planning how to achieve success, plan how to avoid failures. So you have drawn how you have planned to avoid the failure.
Avoid failure, yes.
But can you also draw in the same story, plan how to achieve, instead of planning how to achieve success, in this story, can you also fit in this point? So what could be a bigger success in the rain formula?
I just thought of something. Let me check.
Tell us.
I mean, success is just to make a paper boat and allow it to float in the same rain situation. That is one thing I thought of.
Okay. But then you are carrying an umbrella. So, try to think again. Okay.
Imagine if the same guy is seated with an umbrella in the hand and a boat in the hand, simultaneously he's avoiding getting wet and also allowing the boat to float. In just one picture. Just need to draw it.
Yeah. So this is my understanding. So my bigger, if it's raining, then my bigger aim is to reach to point B dry, right? This is my bigger aim. So now in this achieving a bigger aim, there are two people. One person will be praying to God and asking, hey, the rain should stop, that's also a solution, right? So he's thinking of the bigger aim, only the bigger aim that, hey, I should reach point B dry. But he is praying to the God. Other person probably will shoot a bow and arrow to the Asman with its ego that, hey, I will ask the clouds not to rain. The third person is following this rule of, what is the rule? Inversion rule. He says, okay, I don't have to care whether I am reaching to point A or B. I will just carry an umbrella. Slowly and slowly, he will reach the point B dry. So I think that's the whole point of this point of inversion, that instead of directly achieving the big goal, try to achieve the small failures, try to clarify the small failures and not think of the bigger goal. You will automatically reach to the bigger goal if you are filling up the small failures. That's my understanding of this whole point. So I think the rain formula is very good. If you can also draw how to achieve dry wala funda. I am thinking of this. So क्या draw किया तुमने? Not eating chips lead to happy life.
Excuse me, sir.
You eat heart failure. Okay, मैं बताता हूँ.
Excuse me.
Yeah, tell me.
I made.
You made something. Show me.
Uh, I made it on the bigger gold thing.
Yeah, so I can't see your drawing. I can't see your drawing. Bigger goal is, yeah, reaching. What is the bigger goal? The mountain.
I didn't make on that. I made on a different topic, but the meaning same.
Okay. Then keep the drawing and then we can, when we draw the sketch note, then you can complete the pointer. For now, this thing is coming to my mind. And what is this thing? So I will draw something like, what will I draw? I have not thought actually. So I have to think as well. Okay, so I will be drawing probably a river. Any idea what I'll be trying to draw? So let's say there are.
You will be trying to draw
Mhm.
to reach on the other side.
Correct. And maybe there are some apples hanging here and I want to reach there. So one way to reach there is swim, or probably this person, because here there is water and I'm just drawing a little bit of drawing to show that here is water. And now this person is basically building a bridge from stones, because that's how he is trying to solve small problems. And he is keeping the stones here. So basically, these are the small problems which he is trying to fill his failures. I mean, small things. And then he's trying to reach out the tree. I was thinking of also one thing. Maybe there is a mountain which has a lot of pitfalls. And now this guy, in reaching here, to reach here, this guy is putting the stones here. So basically, maybe I have to show this guy on the top so that I can justify that he has filled up the stone. So maybe I will show it here. And this, to make it as a different stone, I will draw the stone in red color. So he'll be putting this stone here. He has already put up a stone here and he has already put up a stone here. And this is the goal he's trying to achieve. So according to me, I have tried to put a goal as well as the filling the pitfalls. Again, I leave it to you to see whether it justifies the point or not. So this is inversion.
I
And
just got another idea. I don't I don't know if I'll be able to draw the visual though. It's as though a man is going in the game of snake and ladder. All you have to avoid the snakes. Automatically you progress.
bang on. So that's how the snakes and ladder, that's the whole point of snakes and ladder, right? That you just avoid the snakes. Of course, in snakes and ladders, there is also one point that, hey, catch the ladder and you will reach. But
yeah, so both are covered.
This is the other strategy, that just avoid the snakes and you will automatically reach the ladder.
Can I say idea?
Yeah, please.
Like how Cristiano Ronaldo made small progress and skipped the snakes to reach to the top.
I have also got one point. I watched something. In that the whole topic was Cristiano Ronaldo. So they told that Cristiano Ronaldo had something he in his leg happened. So it was a 20% that he could be saved, and the rest of it was not. So, but Cristiano Ronaldo, the doctor said that if not, you have to avoid. But
you will not be able to play if you don't.
Yeah. So Cristiano Ronaldo, if you don't wanna play, you can skip this operation and you can go.
But if you
And
want to play,
if you want to play, then you have to do the operation because
Do
your
the
leg,
operation.
the
Correct.
leg is not okay.
correct.
So he achieved the goal of playing
Playing,
by the operation because he thought that he
was-
wants
he-
to play. He was determined.
Correct.
He had a firm determination to play
Correct.
football.
So, guys, I hope you heard this example. So, who was the kid who spoke just now about Cristiano Ronaldo? Say your name.
Me,
What's your name?
Yone,
Sorry.
Yone.
Yone.
Yes.
Yone. Okay. New name for me. Yone. So, Yone, see what you have. Can you repeat what you said just now?
Cristiano Ronaldo made small progress and skipped the snakes to reach on the top of the football table.
Now think again. See if this point is more related to the first point or not. What you are saying is small successes reach to bigger success. Yes or no?
Yes, but
this
I
point,
related it to the snakes and ladder thing.
okay, yeah, okay. So you are superimposing Cristiano Ronaldo on the snakes and ladder. Then it's correct. So the third point is about not achieving. It's not talking about achieving small successes. It's talking about avoiding small failures. Both points are different in nature, and that's why these are two different strategies. One is about achieving small successes, but one is talking about avoiding small mistakes. Okay.
Okay. An example.
Wait. Let's go on the different point and then give me an example. Okay. We'll take 5 points. Okay. Avoid with small failures. What is the pointer here? Instead of planning, instead of planning to achieve success. I actually like this point, I actually like this point. Okay, let's think of the other one. Pareto principle, we already know. So I'm skipping this one. Most of the people know this Pareto principle. SMART goal is also a common one. Growth mindset. What is this growth mindset? Believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. Embrace challenges and view failures as growth opportunity. Approach setbacks as learning experience and see feedback to improve continuously. It's a little generic. Okay, I want you to draw this one. Point number 7. Opportunity cost. Consider the benefit you miss out on when you are choosing one option over other. Apu, read this point. So this is also a formula of achieving success. What is that? Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost means consider the benefits you miss out when you choose one option over the other. Application is make decisions based on potential gains of the best alternative use of resources. Choose to invest time in a high impact project rather than spreading effort across multiple less valuable tasks. इसको समझो, इसको फिर से पढ़ो, read again. It's not that easy. Folks, are you focusing on point number 7? Yeah, try to read. Opportunity cost. So opportunity cost, let me give you an example. Okay, tell me, let's say you have to go from India to Netherlands. Okay, so that's your goal. Now there are two options. You can catch a train from Lucknow to Delhi. Then Delhi, say you can catch another small flight to Middle East, let's say Dubai. Then catch another flight to Poland. Then catch another flight to Germany. So you are basically, one option is to make small flights. And let's say that those flights are costing you only 10,000 rupees. But they will take 48 hours, 2 days to reach here. And there is another flight which is taking only, you have to take only one flight from Lucknow to directly Netherlands, but that is a little costly. But you will reach in here in 8 hours. Both are taking you to Netherlands. Now you have two options. So now in two options, which will you choose? This is called opportunity cost. So what is the opportunity here? There are two opportunities. In one, you will save money. In one, you will save time.
See, I will choose to save money because you can, there will be some time limit for the flights and the boarding and all. Because there is much time, like 6 hours and 7 hours thing. So you can go out and visit other new things in that city.
Oh, okay.
That will be an opportunity.
Correct. So both situations have an opportunity. Folks, are you seeing how a child thinks? So he is thinking that, okay, I will save cost and I will visit more cities as well, which is perfectly fine. But the other option is you can save time and spend more money and you can spend time with us. So both are correct options. You have to choose. So that's what is opportunity cost. Always choose that what you are missing.
See, we are coming here and we are visiting you right
This
now.
is more important.
This is more important, but we are visiting you at the last.
Yeah.
At the end, we are
Eventually you are visiting us.
Yes.
Correct. So it's better that you visit other places as well.
We enjoy that place.
Yeah.
And we come back and
Correct. So now draw this. I mean, draw this as in draw the point which is opportunity cost. This was to explain you this point. But how will you draw the opportunity cost now? Okay. Any other examples, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, examples to draw. How will you draw opportunity cost? And it's pretty simple, although it's difficult to understand, but it's pretty simple to draw. Basically, this
You
point.
can draw simple like a bus, maybe a bus and a car,
Okay.
but two things, and draw the money on top of it, a money symbol. Maybe for the bus you will put $2 sign, and for the car you can put $4 sign.
Yes.
That
but
means
have
you pay more.
And you can also draw speed. So you know that when you pay more, you move fast. When you pay less, you take more time. Because opportunity cost is always when you balance out two things. So for me, this was a pretty simple drawing in which if I have to just explain opportunity cost, which means I have to balance out. Both are correct options. I'm not saying that one is better option or one is wrong option.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I thought of an idea in my mind and related it to a cartoon.
Okay.
There are 4 friends, and one of the friends they are 5. One of the friends is lost, and they get a letter from someone called Chen. So it is written that they can come for the tournament of elements and win their friend back or leave the opportunity. So they go and win their friend back.
Correct. So your example is correct. So
I mean that they took the correct opportunity, but it was full of traps, but still they saved their friend.
true. So see how you can draw this. You can just So right now I have drawn box 1 and box 2, but you can draw, for example, now in Akshar's example, he was talking about the flight. So option 1 was taking the flight. So braking. I'm drawing the simplest flight ever. So when you brake, you have less dollars to pay. But when the same flight is going from A to B, you pay more dollars. So more dollars, but what happens here? The time is more. So here I will draw.
Time is more valuable than money, so
No, not absolutely. Not absolutely. For some people, money is more important than time. For some people, time is more important than money. So that's what the whole thing is. You have to think of what your goal is. Maybe you want to earn more money by putting your money in the stock options or maybe by trading. That means you should always save money because money is your product then, because you have to earn from share market. But imagine that you have to come back to talk to your team, then time becomes more important for you. Both options are leading you to become more richer. But that's how you take a decision, that where I have to save money, where I have to save time. And that's right now, this example shows time and money. But in your own understanding, so this example is about time and money. But in your own understanding, here it could also be relation or money. Maybe in your example, when you were talking about friends, it was more about relationship or money. I would not put a blanket statement saying that relationships are more important than money. No, it depends on your situation. Sometimes money is more important than relation. Maybe for a very poor person, money is more important than relationship. But for you, probably relation is more important than money. But it's not about, I'm not going in detail of what is more important, but this is about opportunity cost, that always think of what you cannot have and think from that perspective, that what if I don't have money? If I choose the time factor, I will not have money. So what can I do with that money? That's the opportunity cost. To be honest, I'm not very convinced of this metaphor, but I'm looking forward if you can come up with some metaphor to justify this point, that always think of what you cannot have. That's the whole gist of opportunity cost.
Piyush, can we also work around multitasking in this? So doing too many things, what I'm thinking is maybe the attention is divided and
But this point is not about multitasking. This point is not about multitasking. I'm again trying to draw. So basically, I have to draw when he is neglecting something. And so he is neglecting this point and he's capturing this point. So option A, he is happy with option A, but he's saying no to option B. But he should always think of option B. So which means
I've tried this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Sumitra, let's see. Interesting, very interesting. Yeah. So once he is holding on time, and in other option he is holding on money. Correct. And he should think this point, the whole point of this point of opportunity cost is talking about that think of what you don't have. So with this, the person who is holding the piggy bank make a thinking bubble that he's thinking of time, and the other person is thinking of the money which he's not holding. So basically, opportunity cost is always think of what you don't have, which sounds pretty not practical, but I think it also works sometimes. So that's why ChatGPT has shown that this can also lead you to achieve bigger goals, because you always see the opportunity
I have
cost.
also got an idea.
Okay, wait. Folks, this is clear. I mean, clear as in we are just drawing. So today we tried to draw these, how many? At least five principles, and see how we have tried to sketchnote a principle. And that's the whole beauty. And last year when we did classroom sketchnotes course, we found that many a times, again I'm repeating and I don't get tired repeating, that ask a student to answer this in a question paper that, hey, how to achieve success? And most of the students will be able to mug up these points and will be vomiting in the exams, and you will still not be able to guess that whether the student has understood or not. Ask him to draw and you will understand that, oh my God, the student has not been able to understand. Because when he draws, you have to really touch the soul of the point to be able to draw that point. So Mitra is
Actually made
showing
a
something.
slight modification to the sketch.
Okay. Yeah.
So the modification here is he is letting go of the money and catching the time. Here he is letting go of the time and catching the piggy bank.
That's what I understood from your first, when you showed it for the first time, that he is letting go one thing and catching up. The completion of this would be that even when though he's letting go, let's talk about the first picture which you have drawn in which he's holding the money but letting go time. But draw a thought bubble to it that he's still thinking of the time. That's what the whole point of opportunity cost is, that what you are not holding is what you are also thinking of. Because then you take the right decision that, hey, whether time was more important for me or money was more important for me. What I'm losing, I'm thinking of that. So this is, according to ChatGPT, also a way to think of achieving your goals. Then probably you will be able to think, what should I leave? And you will be able to take better decisions. I know it was a tough one. In Sketchnotes, this is actually, the crux of Sketchnote. When you are able to metaphorize your definitions or your models, your formulas. If I ask you to draw Ohm's law, I've shown in many of my workshops Ohm's law. So how you have to understand Ohm's law and then draw it. And I'm not talking about writing the formula. So folks, this was a little tricky today's Sketchnote, but I wanted you to go through this because this is important, and that's how we understand the importance of visuals. Any questions or any doubts who are doing the classroom Sketchnotes? If you have any doubts, ask me right now in any of the chapters if you are struggling, because this is a doubt clearing session as well. I'm stopping my screen share. Yeah. If no doubt, then of course you already know I've shared in the group. I'm also coming to India, and you can already, somebody sharing their screen. You can already do a live session with me as well. I'm sharing the link in the chat if you wish to, or if some of you still want to do the classroom Sketchnote, you can stop your screen share. Somebody has maybe mistakenly shared the screen. I'm just sharing the link here and you can check the details. Okay, of my India trainings and for classroom Sketchnotes. Some of you who are practicing and might not have taken a course, this course might help you to understand the points which I have told today. You can copy this. Okay, folks. Again, asking any doubts or this is done for the session. Please share your final drawing in the group which you are in, and I would love to see all your own metaphors as well. Any doubts, folks? Again, all good? Yeah. Try to practice drawing these definitions, visual models more and more, and you will appreciate the power of Sketchnotes more, because this will force you to understand the crux of the matter rather than just making it beautiful and gathering claps from people. That's not the aim of Sketchnote. The aim of Sketchnote is to make it simple to understand. Okay, folks. So this was it for today's session. I'll meet you next Wednesday. Yes, I'm home. So next Wednesday we'll meet again. Cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, Piyush. Bye-bye.
Bye, Shiva. Bye.